It is no secret voter turnout is the key in any election, and for the exploding Hispanic population right now in Texas and also nationwide, the focus is on finding what motivates Latino voters to get to the polls and the marked impact they will have on this election. Here's our political reporter, Jack Fink.
Early voting is underway for the November 5th election, and we wanted to find out the impact that the Latino vote will have on the presidential and U.S. Senate races here in Texas. So we've come to the heart of Oak Cliff, Jefferson Boulevard, to find out. And so now join us for conversation over chips and queso.
There has been a resurgence of excitement in the current presidential candidate, Kamala Harris, being a daughter of immigrants, and Latinos can really relate to that.
I think when you look at the growing population, the expectation is that Latinos are going to comprise about 15% of the vote nationally, and that's huge. But I think the other key part to the equation is going to be that we have a predominant number of young people in the Latino community that are registered and eligible and likely to turn out to vote. And the current estimate that I'm seeing is that 1 in 4 voters nationally in this Latino group are going to be first-time voters. So I think that is going to be key.
For so many years, we've been talking about the Latino population as the sleeping giant. But what we've seen in the last few cycles is the sleeping giant is awake, and they're starting to vote in large numbers, in numbers that are decisive. They realize that their vote matters, and that's what brings people out to the polls. Young people today are engaging on social media like TikTok and YouTube and all of these different influencers, and that is bringing excitement to this community, young people, and that's bringing them to the polls.
I speak with young folk all the time, and they, I think as older people, we don't appreciate the level of connectivity, but knowledge that they have of what's really going on. We've underestimated them for so long, and I think that we're really going to see a great turnout.
We've certainly seen some trends in South Texas and really around the country where Hispanics are no longer beholden to one party. You know, as we see generations 1, 2, and 3 really grow up within the electoral system, they are moving much more like the general electorate than, say, Hispanics of the past.
What we see, too, is the generational gap, right? I've seen my Dominican mother-in-law and my Puerto Rican father-in-law since 2014. They have begun, they switched and they began voting Republican because they were talking with their grandkids. And we see this, not overwhelming, but a slow-moving wave of conservatism rising amongst young people.
That trend, while it was pronounced in 2016 and 2020, actually ebbed in 2022. So we see it go backwards. Whether or not there'll be a red wave or a blue wave, I think it's to be seen. But make no mistake, Hispanics in Texas can be won by either party. Either party has the opportunity, if they present the right issues and they present the right opportunities, to win that vote.
The border, it's not really one of the top issues. Immigration is not really one of the top issues Latinos really talk about. It is the economy, it is the jobs, it is the opportunity. But families are really concerned about not only the economy, but education, whether their children will be educated, whether the state, the government will invest in their children's education. The hope, the American dream lies in their child. It lies in the child in the future that they came to this country for, and so that their child can lift up the family. Then we know these people are the ones who are the backbone of our economy.
Again, opportunities, kitchen table issues like education, that is a critically important issue that if you're a political party on one side or the other, that's an issue that resonates with Latinos.
Our conversation continued long after we ate all the chips. Even though the three of them had differing opinions, one thing they did agree upon, and that is this could very well be the election that the Latino vote tips the scales in one direction or the other. For our full conversation, please go to our website, cbsnewstexas.com. In the heart of Oak Cliff, Jack Fink, CBS News Texas.